Morning team, how are we doing? What I'm going to do in this video is I'm just going to go through very quickly the merit criteria for the first assignment for Unit 1. So I'm here on the Google site here. Obviously we're going to go into Unit 1 and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scroll down to the help page. Okay, so assignment 1, help sheet. Now I'm hoping that you guys have all managed to cover the past criterias. And again, if you haven't managed to get your head around any of these, make sure you read the help sheet and drop me a message if you've got any issues. What I'm going to focus on is this merit criteria here. So M4, discuss the development of local Agenda 21 action plans. Okay, now in this document here, let's just open this one up. Essentially, there is, down towards the bottom, you can full screen this if you need to, this section here. So P12, you've already summarised Agenda 21 and you've talked through the targets that were set to get done in 21 years that was set in 1992. And obviously that's now become Agenda 30 because obviously they're aiming for 2030 to achieve a lot of this. What we should be comfortable with is essentially Agenda 21 set out that local authorities and local people should be empowered to develop their own strategies for dealing with these kind of things. So once you've kind of covered Agenda 21 and you've covered the kind of key parts of it, which I've put this document here, so this document here to help you with, the one where it says use this to help. What you need to start to think about then is start thinking about how you're going to build towards this merit. And this merit is really based on examples. You need case studies. And I've provided here, so there's a link here that talks about kind of, Agenda 21, community planning, neighbourhood. And the one underneath is the full report. It's this full report that you really, really need. So it's this one here, which is a PDF. Okay, and in that PDF, it includes these case studies. So you're going to need to read the document. You can't just download it and just expect to find the answers. You're going to need to read through it. But essentially, there are a number of localized projects, and some of these are really simple projects, like providing education, environmental education for children in Bolton, in Greater Manchester. And this starts to hit on how we can empower people to understand the issues that we face in the world around us. Some of them were about turning disused buildings into community hubs, setting up perhaps community gardens, and it's just getting you to think about basically this key message actually that I want to share with you is this idea around small changes on a local level make a bigger impact on sustainable development than wider national and global agreements. And I want you to think about that. So what we're trying to say is that if we introduce really small changes on a local level, we can actually do more than the politicians are managing in these big summits. And if you go back to what you're actually being asked to do further back, you were asked to review the methods used to globally encourage countries to agree sustainable policy. What we were saying was it's a lot of old, white, upper class men sat in board meetings, sat in these conferences, setting out how we're going to change the world. Does it work? You're reviewing this in people. You're saying, does it work or does it not work? Who do we need to include in these conversations? Do we need to do citizen assemblies, etc., these kind of things? What this starts to look at is perhaps how we can empower local people to start to make these changes that we need to see. Do you agree? This is an opinion-based thing. It's going to be quite tricky if you aren't that used to sharing your opinion. How did each project contribute to the social, economic, and environmental development of each locality? So when you think about, if you were to pick the Bolton one, they did environmental education for children in Bolton. There's obvious environmental impacts of that. People become more environmentally aware. They might start recycling more. You might start walking to school more, using public transport. These kind of things are obvious, but there might be social benefits. Like it might give these people a empowerment to take opportunities and go off to university and study these subjects where they wouldn't otherwise do so. You might be looking at this particular project might be in a deprived area, and therefore it gives these people opportunities to go and earn more money, and economically then that's good for the area. So think about that. Can you find examples of local communities working to bring changes in sustainability? That might be more local to you. So within the city of Plymouth, there are going to be things that exist, maybe food banks, voluntary projects. There's certainly one in Devonport Park, just over the road from us, where they will invite people in to do work placements, people who are unemployed, giving them a chance to perhaps get involved with the community and build some skills. And it's really, that's what that M4 is all about. So just go back to it, discuss the development of local Agenda 21 action plans. It's just about talking about how local action plans, local projects can be used to develop our ideas around Agenda 21. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. The rest of the assignment is covered in these bullet points. If you have any trouble at all, please do give me a shout. Thank you very much.